Good morning, class. Today we're going to talk about the differences between plant and animal cells. On our agenda or on your to-do list, please stop and do your bell work. Remember to hand that in on Fridays. You're going to copy the date, topic, and problem into your science notebook. We're going to take some notes. Then we're going to create a Venn diagram together. And last but not least, please complete packet page 19 through 20. You can use your online textbook, pages 50 to 59, to help you. Last but not least, on your own, please complete your Google form. Okay, so here we have an animal cell. As you can see, some of the organelles that we talked about, the nucleus, the Golgi, the lysosomes, mitochondria, are all present. I think you can also notice that there is a kind of circular shape, like a sphere or a ball, and that's pretty common amongst most animal cells. Okay, now we're going to start to talk about organelles that are only in plant cells. The first one is called a chloroplast. A chloroplast blasts out glucose or sugar. It contains chlorophyll, which is a green pigment, and allows it to make its own food. That's why we call plants autotrophs, because they automatically are able to make their own food. They just kind of stand out in the sun, and they're able to convert that light energy into glucose, which is a stored energy or considered its food. So remember, chlorophyll is the pigment that fills the chloroplast and makes it green. If we're asking for the organelle that photosynthesis takes place in, which is the process, then that would be a chloroplast. And you can see down here, okay, this is a picture of a leaf, and all these little tiny structures are chloroplasts. If you were to turn the light on this microscope, these would actually start to move through the cytoplasm because they seek light. Okay, and again, captures light, enables them to absorb it, to undergo photosynthesis. Think capture, photo, picture. Okay, all right, so those green machines are only in plant cells. Another structure that's only found in plant cells is called a cell wall. It's rigid, so it gives the the plant a more rectangular shape. Okay, it's actually outside of the cell membrane, so it is still a plant cell is still going to have a cell membrane. Okay, a lot of times students get that confused. They still have a cell membrane like an animal cell, but as a plant cell, they have an outer cell wall. This provides structure and support for the cell. Remember that plants don't have a skeletal system. And so in order for them to have that strength, they have this structure to help them. It's made out of something called cellulose, okay? And cellulose is a kind of complex starch that plants make, and it's very hard for humans to digest this. I'm sure we've all had that experience when we've eaten corn. That's made out of cellulose. All right, so cell wall. And again, it's on the outside of the cell membrane. I always think of the song, Insane in the Membrane. So membrane is inside and cell wall is outside. All right, here's a picture of our plant cell. As you can see, that rectangular, almost brick-like shape. And that is really only for plant cells. You can see our chloroplasts over here, okay? Ready to make some sugar, and you see a vacuole. Now, animal cells, remember, do have vacuoles, but plant cells usually have a large central, which means kind of in the middle, vacuole. Sometimes it'll be even bigger than the nucleus, and that's because plants really need to store water. Remember, if they get thirsty, they can't just get up and get a drink like you can. All right, I want you to study the differences, okay, and the similarities, and then continue on the next video when we're going to make a Venn diagram.